It's not a curriculum or a full writing program. It's an instructional method that helps teachers develop strategies for writing and strategies for regulating. SRSD helps teachers understand the critical genre content that their students need to learn some very powerful self-regulation strategies, very powerful writing strategies. SRSD helps kids develop their own voice in writing, and in addition, it directly addresses motivation for writing. It addresses beliefs about writing, why I've had trouble, what I need to do to be a better writer. They self-evaluate, they assess each piece they work on, they monitor their progress over time, and they see the changes that are happening in their writing, and they then believe and understand that effort and learning are the keys to the progress that they're making.
Kids are expected to write, which is really critical. They're expected to plan, they're expected to draft, revise, and edit. They're given ownership for their writing, which I think is essential. They often work together as peers. When this is used, kids' writing gets better.
One of the first things we hear is, my kids are having fun. My kids are having fun writing? We had a teacher tell us just recently, I went and started writing, and the kids got so excited they said, can we just do the whole hour on writing today? Do we have to stop at 1:30? And the teacher was just blown away. Her kids had never asked to write longer before. One of my favorite all-time comments is the young boy who said to us, well, of course I can write now. Somebody taught me how. And I thought, okay, that puts it pretty clearly. And it also helps put SRSD in context, because many students feel at a loss and they don't know how to start. And they need this sort of scaffolded support to master those strategies.
One of the advantages for SRSD and other procedures that use modeling is you take something that occurs inside your head and you make it visible to kids. So you give them the ability to see what this looks like. Writing is a particularly difficult task, and the thinking aspects of writing, planning, monitoring, evaluating, revising, those places where you have to kind of bring in the heavy lifting cognitively, that's invisible to kids. It's not necessarily they're going to do exactly like you do, but it provides a model of how you go about doing stuff. Every time a kid produces something, they do a self-evaluation, and they record it so that they can see their progress. And when they do that, we talked with them in our conferencing about effort and use of the strategy as being the reason why they've made that progress. A second is we often do stuff with peers giving feedback to each other. And third, I've come to realize that feedback can be overdone, that it's a lot better to give a smaller amount that's very focused than a whole lot that can't be absorbed by kids and they don't have time to do.
We are not in any way presenting SRSD as a completed writing development project. SRSD is a beginning, not an ending. What we want teachers to do is get kids up on the playing field in a genre, in writing in general. Then the teachers need to use their professional judgment, their creativity, all the other resources they have on hand to take the child or the adolescent further in writing. And that is something where teachers have to take the lead and build on the foundation that SRSD helps them set in their classroom. They want their students to be writers, they care about their students, they're committed to their students, but they just don't have the toolbox in writing that they need.
And sometimes you get, very interesting comments from kids, particularly ones who struggle, saying, I just didn't think I could ever do this, and I can now. And it's nice when that happens.
One young student, he said, I used to have trouble getting things into words, but now with these strategies, I know how to get my words on paper.